Okay, so now we're going to move into the lighting section, and you've heard me talk about lighting so many times. The source of lighting, the application that you're using that light for, and the space that you need to light up is critical. Now when you look at the type of lighting sources, you want to make sure that your light is focusing down. Anytime you have a system that allows the light to go up, where the base is at the bottom and the light goes up, what you're having is light pollution. That light is going off into space and it's really not serving any purpose. That's why all of your fixtures that have this type of design that forces the light down to the ground is the type of lighting source you're looking for. Now what we have here is mostly what you would use right over the top of your door. These are directional lighting, right? So you can adjust them, you can move them to highlight the area and protect the area that you are trying to target. Same system here. You can move this type of lighting system any direction. You can tilt, pan it out, and it makes it an excellent opportunity to light that area exactly the way you want it done. When we move over here to this side, what you're going to see is the type of floodlights that actually flood a particular area. So now, this lighting source here is like your typical floodlight that you would put over the top of your garage. So say you're trying to flood your whole driveway with light when something hits the motion sensor. That's exactly what this style of lighting is going to do. It's going to push that light out, it's going to push a lot of light out, and it's going to cause any would-be burglar to think twice about being in your driveway because now you're easily spotted. So you want to make sure that your lumens are bright and that you're using LED style lighting, because remember, LED has true color rendering. That's the CRI acronym for the true color index. And if you want to make sure that the blue is really blue or red is really red, LED is the best source next to sunlight. Okay, so now we're over here in Home Depot's lighting section, and I am sure that, like I have, you've walked up and down the aisle here looking at the different style of lights and the different namings of soft light, bright light, daylight, and you're just kind of confused about what kind of lighting you're looking for. Well, I think what we're used to and have been for a lot of our younger lives was the soft light or the warm light look, right? So now on the color spectrum, on the light spectrum, if you can see this right here, on the K value, you can see that your soft light or your standard warm lighting is down on the 2700K scale. Now pay attention to what happens on that card as we go to the 3000K, which is not a huge jump. But what you can see is that the color rendering on the card is more red, more true to color, and more vibrant. But now we're going to take a jump up on the scale by 2000K, and we're going to get into this bright blue light. Take a look at what happened to that card. Back and forth, I'm going to show you that the card changes kind of maroon instead of red. So here we go, back to the 3000, and back to the 5. 3 and 5. So as a former law enforcement officer, one of the things that we have to ask ourselves is when a witness is seeing a car or a suspect, we have to also think about what type of light did they see that person in, because the type of light can actually change the color that you're wearing. So maybe a red doesn't really look as red as it should. Maybe it's more gray, but it is actually a red shirt. So we have to be careful when somebody describes a vehicle or describes a person to make sure that that lighting source was bright enough that they could make a good eyewitness for that type of crime. But again, when you're looking at the lighting sources here, it's very clear that it's important to get the right type of light for the application that you're looking for. Otherwise, you won't get true color rendering.